Hey everybody, Riker Rider here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokémon Colosseum. In today's episode, we're going to be taking on the 6 trainers of Duel Square. Each of these 6 trainers has a shadow Pokemon, so I'm going to be talking about them quite a bit. Thankfully, most of these guys give you the option if you want to back out of a battle, but you're going to want to capture all 6 of these shadow Pokemon because they form pretty solid options for your early game team, and some of these Pokemon you're going to be using for most of the game. The Shadow Noctowl is the first one that I would recommend capturing because of Hypnosis. Wait a minute. The capture can be a little difficult because Noctowl has a lot of hit points, though I would still recommend trying to get it out of the battle as quickly as possible. Now that we're actually more into the way Shadow Pokemon work, or we're seeing more of them rather, I can go into greater detail about how shadows work. There's a lot more to it than just purification. You may have noticed that Makuhita decided to flare up and go into Hyper Mode. Hyper Mode is kind of like Hyper Mode in Metroid Prime 3 in that it makes you more powerful at the expense of some options. Basically, what Hyper Mode does is it raises the critical hit rate of Shadow Rush to something like 75%. But the Shadow Pokemon will not let you use any other move, and it will not accept healing items. Hyper Mode status is also not curable outside of battle. The way to cure Hyper Mode status is to use the call command on the Pokemon. But I personally love to abuse the high crit rate of Shadow Rush in battle, and then just as the battle is about to end, cure the Hyper Mode. Although, calling a Pokemon out of Hyper Mode is a fantastic way to for it to reduce its Shadow gauge. And the Shadow Pokemon, as their gauges deplete, they will gain more moves, and some things about them will be revealed. You see, even through Reflect, we managed to kill in one hit there. Now, I'm probably going to make a capture attempt on Noctowl, but I need to do my math here. What do we got? About half-life. 40%. I'm going to try it. And you're going to want to use the money from these trainer battles to buy more Pokeballs, typically. Because you're going to be using a lot of them, since you have to make 6 captures, one of which is rather difficult. Well, if I can't get it on the next attempt, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut until I get the capture. But you'll see just how much of Shadowgate. Actually, it doesn't look like it has a nature for it. The 5 different methods of curing, or rather purification, they all have different effectiveness based on the nature of the Pokemon that you're trying to purify. And this is something that I don't think any of the guides on GameFAQs go into. Okay, still at 40%. I think I'm going to try one more Shadow Rush and see what happens here. Hopefully I'll get it. If not, I'll just cut out until I do. cut the battle until I successfully make the capture, and I'll be right back. Finally, after I think 7 tries, I got it. Which shouldn't be that bad, because even at half health, it's 40% to catch, and at critical, it's 62. So I might actually skip over some of these trainers and make a capture. And make a capture at a higher... or make some of these captures with Pokemon that have higher percentages. Why did I do that? Unfortunately, Makuhita bit the bullet in that battle, so I'm gonna go to a different trainer, I think. Yeah, I'll go to this one. There are 6 trainers in Duel Square, and each one has a different Shadow Pokemon. One nice thing about these trainers is if you make the Shadow Pokemon faint, and thus fail to capture, all you have to do is leave the town and then come back in. And then you'll be able to attempt another battle with the trainer to try to make the capture. Now, Mischievous is probably the toughest capture out of these 5 Pokemon. Well, all 6 of them. I couldn't remember what order the trainers came in. I just have a list of them, not what order they're in along the circle. If you can catch it, though, Mischievous is going to be on your team for essentially the entire game. It is just extremely nice to have. Now, there are a lot of purification methods for getting shadow gauges down. I believe there are a total of 5. But we only have access to 3 of them. Every time you use a shadow Pokemon in battle, its gauge will go down. Every time you call it back from Hyper Mode, its gauge will go down. And every time... or not every time, but as long as you walk around with it in your party, its gauge will decrease slightly. Every bar on the Shadow Pokemon's gauge represents 51 points. So they have 255 points total. Every time you empty one of the 5 bars, something special will happen to it. After the first, 3rd, and 4th bars, it regains moves. Thought I had it first try. That sure would have been nice. Because this is a really difficult catch to make with the equipment we have right now. What is the capture percent on this? I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, it's only about 28%. If I can put it to sleep, that'll help a lot. So I'm just going to use a regular one for now, put Mischievous to sleep, and then use a Great Ball. So I have my chances max. Oh, I can't put it to sleep yet. I guess I'll just use it now, and then hope to luck out. This is just really poor luck. If I can't get it on the second try, I'm gonna cut out until I did like last time. Cool. 2 tries is pretty good, because that's only about a 1 in 4 chance. Well, I'm gonna go heal my party, and then get back to making some more captures, so I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We're going to continue through Duel Square. There are a lot of trainers left. Not all of them will let you back out, but most of them will. Now this trainer's got a few more Pokemon than the other does, and that Slugma is a shadow Pokemon, and Slugma is actually the main reason why I chose to use the Fire Starter, because unfortunately most of the time when you want Slugma is against faster Pokemon. And Slugma's really slow. It learns some pretty sick moves, but I just don't like how slow it is. The rest of his team is just a complete joke. I really don't want to be using Hyper Mode here either because of the risk of a KO. I think Slugma's capture rate is pretty high though. Yeah, Slugma's catch rate is 190, so you might actually be able to get away with a full HP capture. And that'd be pretty nice. The chance of getting a full HP capture is actually pretty high. With a Great Ball at 100%, it's about a 41% chance. But I'm going to try to get that HP down a little bit. If you're not using the Fire Starter, then Slugma's actually not a bad choice for the early game. But it really becomes lackluster towards the end of the game. I'm gonna see if I can get this Slugma into a standard Pokeball. It shouldn't be that bad. I think it's something like 50-50 in this health. Yeah, it's about 50-50. I'm gonna go for it. See if I can get it in a regular one. I do want to get that Swablu out of here though. With a Great Ball, it's about 77%. Hopefully it'll work, because this is one of the few times I'm actually going to get to use these, and I'd rather actually use them for captures than sell them. It'd be nice. Hey, cool, first try, I like that. It's all luck, unfortunately, but anybody who's watched Worcester knows how much RNG there is in Pokemon. I don't really care for Worcester mainly because of his chat. Like, you just can't talk to the guy. Alright, 3 down. I think I'm gonna heal up a little bit first. Just get knocked out a little bit of health. Yeah, if there's a Pokemon in Hyper Mode, you won't even be able to use items from the menu. Now, this trainer has a Shadow Quagsire, which, if you chose the Fire Starter Quilava, is one of the most important snags to make early in the game. And Quagsire stays fairly useful up until the end of the game. Speaking of usefulness, I should really talk about why Mischievous is so awesome and it's going to stay in your team for most of the game. Mischievous's moveset is Confuse Ray, Mean Look, Shadow Ball, and Psybeam once you get it completely purified, which is awesome. It gets Pain Split at 37, which is excellent for making captures. Like if you get the Pokemon too low, And it's just a good way to drain HP from Pokemon that have lots of HP. Unfortunately, it doesn't get very many useful moves after that. But I would still recommend using it just because it gets Shadow Ball right from the get-go, which is a really powerful move, despite it using Mishra's inferior attack stat. It's so hard to get used to Shadow Ball being a physical attack. The only reason why Slugma is useful is because of it gets Flamethrower and Rock Throw on its moveset, which is really nice. But it doesn't get any more useful moves after that until level 43, and it learns Rock Slide. It evolves into Magcargo at level 38, which makes it even more weak to water. Now, the reason why we want Quagsire is because it gets Surf right away, it gets Mudshot as its... or not right away, but it gets Surf as its third move and Mudshot as its fourth move. Earthquake at 42, which is one of the best moves in the game. And then if you really want to go late game, it gets Haze and... it gets Mist and Haze as well. Okay, I think we're ready to make a capture attempt. Let's take a look at the probability. What is that, about 30, I think? Yeah, about 30. About 50-50. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get. Now, I was talking about the effects of various purification levels of Pokemon. Shadow Pokemon do not gain experience until you have purified them 40% of the way, and they will not receive that experience until after they have been completely purified. So, whatever level your Shadow Pokemon are on, they're locked into that until purification. Oh, about the effectiveness of various methods of Shadow Pokemon being, well, variably effective. If you guys want to, I can post a table of those in the video description of the next video. Now, you won't be able to tell which methods are more or less effective until you actually make until you actually get it to 40%, because it's dependent on the Pokemon's nature. The only way to reveal a Shadow Pokemon's nature is to get it purified 40% of the way. Wow, this Quagsire is giving me a lot of trouble. I'm just going to cut the video until I make the capture successfully. And of course, as soon as I cut out, I get it next try. That's exactly how Let's Plays are supposed to work. Alright, what, 2 more trainers? Yeah, there's 2 more trainers I need to do battle with. But unfortunately, I'm a bit low on resources and a bit low on time, I think. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum, I'm going to meet you back in the jail, and I will have my team rearranged. See you guys later.